Dad, cut it out.
What? A lecture first thing in the morning?
I heard from the neighbors. Apparently you're drinking in the middle of the day, smoking, and wasting your time at the casino every day.
Huh? And what's so bad about that?
What's bad about it? Everything, obviously. You're unemployed. What the hell are you doing? While Mom is working her butt off, you're out here blowing our money on nonsense?
Hey, I'm just taking a break right now. In life, you gotta take time to rest too.
A break? You haven't worked in years. That's just being lazy.
Huh? I want to work, but my heart's exhausted. If I force myself, I'll collapse, you know.
Then why don't you go to the hospital? If your heart is so exhausted, shouldn't you get checked properly?
I don't need to go. I already know what's wrong. I've got a body that's sensitive to stress.
But you can go to the casino just fine, huh? You won't quit drinking or smoking, and even though you say you have no money, you keep gambling. That's just an excuse.
Hey, watch your tone. You're my daughter. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Well, someone has to. Do you even realize how much Mom is struggling? She works from morning till night, does all the housework, and even picks up the slack for you.
Listen, women are supposed to support the household. She likes working, doesn't she? Then what's the problem?
Mom is not doing it because she wants to. She's doing it because she has to support this family. And the fact that you think it's normal, that just proves how messed up you are, Dad.
What do you mean, messed up? I've been living this way my whole life. You really think I can change now?
That's exactly the problem. You need a change, but you're not even trying.
I live my life my way. If you're going to act all high and mighty, why don't you support me then?
What? You're asking your high school daughter to take care of you? Do you even hear yourself?
Oh, shut up. You're just a kid. Don't act like you know everything.
Dad, I need to ask you something. How many times do I have to ask you this?
What?
Don't play dumb. You took money from the house again, didn't you? Where did you hide it? Did you seriously steal the money Mom has been saving up for us?
Oh, shut up. I'll double it and pay it back, so quit nagging.
Huh? Double it? How? Have you ever paid back anything before? Wait, don't tell me. Gambling again?
It's not gambling, it's investing.
Oh, really? And what exactly are you investing in? Let me guess. You're just making stuff up again.
This is way beyond what a high schooler like you can understand. You shouldn't be sticking your nose into this.
You always make excuses, but you never pay anything back. And besides, don't you need money in the first place to invest? Where exactly did you get that money? Let me guess. You stole it from Mom's wallet, didn't you? You know, it's Mom's birthday this month. Instead of celebrating, you're stealing the money we need to live. You're unbelievable. You're unemployed, but you never quit smoking, never quit drinking, and you always have enough cash for the casino. Not only do you not support this family, but you're actively ruining our lives. Hey, if you don't even love Mom anymore, why don't you just divorce her?
Hey, don't just assume things. Obviously, I'm with her because I love her. Not that a high school kid like you would understand adult relationships.
No, if you really loved her, you'd be working to support this family. If Mom actually meant anything to you, you wouldn't be doing this to her.
I can't work right now. I'm sick.
Sick with what exactly? You haven't even been diagnosed, so stop using illness as an excuse. If you were really sick, you'd go to a doctor and get checked out. But instead, you go to the casino every single day without a problem.
Shut up.
So you can sit in front of a slot machine for hours, but you somehow can't go to work? You keep saying you're sick, but let's be real. You just don't want to work. The truth is, you just want to take the easy way out. You dump everything on Mom because she's kind enough to put up with it, and yet you still call yourself a father? Aren't you even a little ashamed of yourself? Even I go to school and work part-time, but all you do is sit around at home all day.
Wow, coming after your own father like this, huh?
Now that just proves you've already failed as a parent. You use illness as an excuse for everything and run away from responsibility. Doesn't living like that make you feel pathetic? If nothing else, at least try something. For our sake.
Oh, shut the hell up.
What?
If you don't like it, then why don't you just leave? You're just a kid. Know your place.
You're the absolute worst. I don't ever want to see your face again. Get out of our lives. And don't ever come back.
Julie, what's up? Everything went pretty smoothly at work. How about you? Are you done?
Yeah, finally finished. Today was a mess. I'm exhausted. Are you already home, Tyler?
I just wrapped up too. Felt like such a long day. So about tomorrow, are we still good?
Yeah, probably. But tomorrow, I'm finally meeting your parents. Just thinking about it makes me so nervous. What if I say something weird? What if they don't like me?
Why are you being so negative? You're thoughtful, well-mannered, and put together. There's nothing to worry about.
But you know how moms can be with their only sons. What if she thinks, is this girl really good enough for my precious boy?
My mom started her own business, so she's always been super busy. She's not the type to micromanage. She pretty much lets me do my own thing. Of course, she made sure I had what I needed and looked out for me in her own way.
That's honestly so cool. Running a business? I already respect her.
Yeah, she's impressive, no doubt. But sometimes she does the most random things. Like when she suddenly got remarried without any warning. That one really threw me.
Wait, that was just last year, right? When she remarried.
Yeah, one day out of nowhere, she just showed up like, by the way, I married this guy. Brought home some random old dude with zero warning. No heads up, no discussion, just a straight up after the fact announcement. I was speechless. And to top it off, the guy looks at me, grinning ear to ear, and goes, "Call me Dad." Like, seriously? Way too familiar for a first meeting.
Wait, so do you actually call him Dad?
Well, when I see him, yeah. But honestly, it still feels weird. He doesn't feel like a dad at all. I grew up without a father, so I never really had that kind of bond with anyone. So when I say it, it's more like using a nickname than anything meaningful.
Gotcha. I still just call my stepdad by his name.
Your mom remarried 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, 4 years ago. I was a little worried at first, but honestly, she's so happy now. She went through so much back in the day. It finally feels like she's getting the happiness she deserves.
Yeah, no kidding. Your mom worked so hard on her own all those years. I heard she went through a lot because of your dad. But was it really that bad?
Oh, it was bad. If he were still alive, I'd deck him in the face right now.
Huh, that bad, huh? Well, I mean, he did steal from the family funds. And on top of that, taking your paycheck? That's just insane.
Exactly. He always said he had no money, yet he had no problem showing up at my job to take mine. He never felt embarrassed, never once apologized. It was like he had zero shame. Because of him, I started thinking I could never trust men.
But then you met me, the perfect guy, and everything changed, right?
Wow, did you really just say that yourself?
Of course. I mean, it's true, isn't it?
Well, maybe.
We both had pretty lousy fathers, huh? But from now on, we'll support each other and build something better.
Yeah. With you, I know everything's going to be okay. Alright then. Time to make sure I don't oversleep tomorrow.
Got it. I'll pick you up at the station, so text me when you get there. Julie? Where did you go? You suddenly disappeared from my parents' house. What happened? And you looked pale. And your stuff is gone, so you must have left right after going to the bathroom, right?
I'm sorry.
Wait, did my parents do something?
No, it's just my father, the one who was supposed to be dead, was there.
What? You don't mean... My stepdad? No way.
There's no other explanation. That man, is he the one your mom remarried? Are you sure? Couldn't it have just been some random guest or maybe someone just visiting?
No, there's no mistake. He's the man she officially married.
Okay. I mean, we were there to formally meet your parents for our engagement. There's no way some random stranger would just happen to be there. So it has to be him. But why? I was told he died. For years, that's what I believed. He looked older, sure, but after seeing his face for 18 years, there's no way I'd mistake him.
Wait, could it just be someone who looks like him? Julie, you said he was supposed to be dead, right? Didn't your mom say that too? Didn't he even have a funeral?
That's the thing. There was no funeral. I was getting ready for my school trip when he stole that money too. That was the final straw for my mom. She completely lost it and divorced him on the spot. A while after that, we just heard rumors. Someone said he passed away. But I never actually saw it for myself. We never confirmed it. I never in a million years thought he'd still be alive and married to your mom.
I can't believe this. I had no idea you went through something like that. So, what's his name?
Adam.
That's my dad's name. There's no doubt about it. So it's confirmed. They're the same person. There's no way this is just a coincidence.
Yeah, but I'm sure my mom has no idea. She doesn't know he's alive or who he actually married. We have to tell her, right? But didn't your mom just get remarried last year? If I suddenly drop this on her, by the way, he's actually my dad, won't that completely devastate her?
Yeah, it's not exactly great news. But there's no way we can just stay quiet about it.
You're right. We can't keep this a secret forever.
I'll talk to my mom first. I'll explain everything calmly, so for now, just go home and get some rest. I'm sorry you got dragged into this mess like this.
No, if anything, I should be the one apologizing. I just ran out without saying anything. You must have been so surprised too.
Of course I was. But if I were in your position, I probably would have done the same thing. I mean, this whole situation is insane. Your father, who was supposed to be dead, suddenly showing up right in front of you. Honestly, I'm still trying to process it myself. But listen, I'm on your side. No matter what happens, I'll always support you. For now, I'll talk to my mom and explain everything. Hey, Julie, you better not do anything stupid. Don't bring up the past. Julie, please, you have to help me. If this keeps up, she's really going to divorce me.
Yeah, I know. Tyler's mom found out everything about your past, didn't she? I mean, of course, she'd leave you after learning the truth. Any normal person would.
But I do feel bad about what I did to you and your mom. But listen, I really love Tyler's mom. I've never met a woman who understood me the way she did. She meant more to me than anyone else ever has.
Oh, I'm sure she was the perfect woman for you. After all, she let you be a stay-at-home husband, so you didn't have to work, right? You got to live comfortably, spend money freely, and never lift a finger. Of course, she was your number one.
But that's not all. She's an amazing woman. She takes care of herself, she's well educated, she's kind, and she's incredibly understanding. She is the perfect partner for me.
Whatever. I can see that everything you're saying is just a load of crap. How many times have you been married now, Dad? 3 times. No, wait. Technically, this is the 4th, isn't it? Every single one of your wives, you used them up and threw them away.
That's not true.
It is. We've already looked into everything. You've been doing the same thing over and over, latching onto women, using them for everything they've got, and running away the moment things stop going your way. That's exactly what you did when you were married to Mom. You haven't changed. While Mom was working herself to the bone from morning till night, you were lazing around at home spending money however you pleased. And now you're doing the exact same thing, aren't you? Making her work non-stop, taking her money, and living A carefree life while she struggles. Unbelievable. And that's the first message you send me? After all this time, the first time you reach out, and it's just to worry about yourself?
I just got remarried. I finally built a stable life, and now you've gone and ruined it. After you left, Tyler wouldn't stop interrogating me, and my wife started digging into my past, picking apart every little detail. Do you have any idea how hard that was for me? How are you going to make this right? You're about to destroy all the trust I've built.
That's not my problem. Mom and I were told for years that you were dead. So tell me, why are you still alive? What the hell is going on?
At the time, well, there were circumstances. But the past doesn't matter anymore, right? What's important now is that you tell Tyler this was all a mistake. I already told him it was just someone with the same name who happens to look like me. If you just stick to that story, everything will blow over like nothing ever happened.
There's no way everything will just blow over. Have you already forgotten everything you put us through? Do you have any idea how much pain you caused me and Mom?
That was a long time ago. Why do you have to keep bringing it up? Besides, are you and Tyler even allowed to get married? I mean, I used to be your father, but now I'm technically Tyler's father.
There's no blood relation, so of course we can.
Then what's the problem? There's nothing stopping you two. I'm almost 60. I just want to settle down and finally live a peaceful life. And now I've finally met the perfect woman for me. Unlike the others, she truly understands me. So just stay out of my way and let me enjoy my new life.
So you're saying Mom wasn't a good woman? After all those years of supporting our family, that's how you talk about her? That's disgusting.
Listen, she was responsible, sure. She worked hard, she kept the house in order, but at the end of the day, she never knew how to make real money. She just worked herself to the bone without any strategy. She had no clue how to earn big, and honestly, she was inefficient. And let's be real, she was completely turning into an old lady, getting more and more wrinkled, dressing like she'd given up on being a woman. Looking at her like that every day just dragged me down. A woman should always stay beautiful, you know? Once she stops taking care of herself, it's game over.
You're unbelievable. After everything Mom did for you, you still talk about her like that? Do you even realize why she never had time for herself? She was too busy keeping us alive. And now you have the audacity to call that the end of her worth? If you had done your part and actually worked, maybe she would have had some room to breathe. Maybe she would have had the time and money to take care of herself. But instead, you leashed off her, left her drained, and then dumped her the second you found someone new.
Listen, no matter what you say, reality isn't going to change. My wife now, she makes real money, always looks polished, and takes care of herself. And your mother? She was barely scraping by, looking more miserable every day. She has zero appeal. In the end, whether a woman stays beautiful or not is entirely up to her effort. Blaming it on money and making excuses, that's just loser talk.
How dare you?
Say whatever you want. I've moved on. I have my new life now and none of you matter to me anymore. So just admit it was all a mistake. If you don't, I'll start spreading some interesting rumors about you.
Go ahead. Do whatever you want.
What? You've got some nerve talking back to me. Fine then. I'll tell everyone that back in high school, you were sleeping around with tons of guys. And that's not all. I'll say you got in trouble with the cops, that you used to hang around with the wrong crowd. I can make up anything I want. As long as there are people willing to believe it, I can say whatever the hell I want, can't I? Your reputation will be ruined in an instant. Are you really okay with that?
You really haven't changed at all. The moment you're cornered, you resort to threats to get your way. Do you actually think being this pathetic is going to get you anywhere? Go ahead, do whatever you want. But you know what, Dad? I'm actually reading this right now with Tyler. So go on, try it. Let's see what happens.
What?
What's wrong? Where'd all that confidence go?
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, and by the way, Tyler said he's telling his mom about all of this.
Wait, please just hold on.
It's too late. Mom and I aren't the same helpless people we used to be. No matter what happens, we have people who will stand by us and believe in us. Unlike you, who does nothing but lie and betray people. You don't get to control us anymore.
Julie, do something, please. How am I supposed to survive like this? Help me. If this keeps up, she's really going to divorce me.
Yeah, I know. Tyler's mom found out everything about your past, didn't she? I mean, of course, she'd leave you after learning the truth. Any normal person would.
But I do feel bad about what I did to you and your mom. But listen, I really love Tyler's mom. I've never met a woman who understood me the way she did. She's more important to me than anyone else ever could be.
Oh, I'm sure she is the perfect woman for you. After all, she let you be a stay-at-home husband. Told you it was fine not to work, right? You didn't have to do anything, never had to worry about money, and still lived comfortably. Of course, to you, she was the best.
That's not all. She's an amazing woman. She takes care of herself. She's well educated. She's kind, and she's incredibly understanding. She was the perfect partner for me.
Whatever. I can see that everything you're saying is just a load of crap. Tell me, Dad, how many times have you been married now? 4 times. No, wait, technically this is the 5th, isn't it? Every single one of your wives, you used them up and threw them away.
That's not true.
It is. We already looked into everything. You've been doing the same thing over and over. Leeching off women, using them for everything they've got, then running away the moment things stop going your way. That's exactly what you did when you were married to Mom. You haven't changed. While Mom was working herself to the bone from morning till night, you were lazing around at home, spending money however you pleased. And now you're doing the exact same thing, aren't you? Making her work nonstop while you take everything and live the easy life.
No, it's just work isn't for me. No matter where I go, I can't hold a job, and I always end up mentally drained. Every time I work, it wears me down. I get so stressed out that I can't even function. That's why I can't work like a normal person.
Well, that's another huge lie. Your so-called illness is just plain laziness. Everyone gets tired from working. That's normal. But you just use it as an excuse to do nothing. I asked Mom about it. She said you quit your job because you claimed you had depression, right? So she worked herself to death trying to keep us afloat. And what did you do all day?
But I really was depressed.
Oh yeah? Funny how someone with depression could still leave the house just fine when it was for gambling and drinking. Yet you had no problem waiting in line at the casino first thing in the morning. No problem going out to buy alcohol. No problem blowing money on young women, motorcycles, fishing gear, one thing after another. But when it came to supporting your family, nothing. Not a single cent toward the bills. Instead, you even had the audacity to show up at my part-time job begging for cash. How do you even justify that?
Julie, I was wrong.
You really think an apology means anything now?
But I'm almost 60. My strength isn't what it used to be, and getting a job now would be so hard. That's why I really meant for this marriage to be my last. But if she leaves me, I won't survive.
Then go be homeless.
Hold on a second. I finally found happiness. If you'd just forgive me, maybe my wife would reconsider the divorce.
Huh? And why the hell should I help you?
Julie, I'm your father. Sure, maybe we don't have the best memories together, but you're my own flesh and blood. As my daughter, can't you at least do this one thing for me?
I've already done plenty for you. And every single time you just do the same thing over and over. No matter how many chances you get, you always betray people and take the easy way out. And just so you know, not once have I ever thought of you as my father.
Julie, so what's your mom up to these days?
Excuse me?
Nothing, just asking. I was thinking of going to apologize.
No, you're not. You just want to go beg her for help again, don't you?
That's not it. I just genuinely want to apologize. Because, well, she's the one I hurt the most.
But Mom has already forgotten all about you. She remarried 4 years ago, and now she's living a happy life.
She got remarried?
Yeah, to someone kind, responsible, and hardworking. So don't even think about trying to weasel your way back in. Stay away from her world.
Then, Julie, where are you living now? What kind of job do you have? How much are you making?
Enough. If you try to find me or Mom and cause trouble for us, I'll call the police immediately. I'm not a kid anymore. You don't get to use me for your own convenience. And if you ever try to take advantage of me again, I will destroy you.
I was wrong. Please forgive me. I really regret everything. Even after the divorce, not a day went by that I didn't think about you, Julie. That's why, even though this was a shock, I was actually happy to see you again. From now on, I'll do anything for you. If there's something you want, I'll buy it for you.
That money isn't even yours, is it? It's Tyler's mom's money. You really haven't changed at all. You're just a parasite. Trying to act like a father now is disgusting, so don't even bother. I only have one parent, and that's Mom. Stay out of my life forever. After that, my father and Tyler's mother got divorced. Or rather, it should be more accurate to say he was dumped. The reason? She found out about his long history of failed marriages that he had kept hidden for years. And on top of that, she discovered he had been secretly selling her luxury bags and designer items for cash. Naturally, Tyler's mom exploded when she found out. She immediately filed for divorce through her lawyer. But that wasn't all. Since my father had never paid child support, she made sure to demand all the unpaid amounts in full. Of course, he threw a tantrum, screaming, "I can't pay that kind of money." But there was no getting out of it. Ultimately, he had no choice but to cough up a huge settlement that ran into the tens of thousands of dollars. Since he had no savings, he had to take out loans to cover the cost. He even tried to run away, but Tyler's mom was way ahead of him. Through her connections, she made sure he was placed in a job where he couldn't escape so easily. A brutal workplace filled with people drowning in debt. The kind of place where someone like my father, who spent his life avoiding real work, would suffer. For a man who spent his whole life running from responsibility, he now has no choice but to work hard, day after day. No one to complain to, no way to escape. That's the cost of his actions, stepping on others to create his own cozy life. As for me, I married Tyler, and together we built a warm and loving family. I found someone who is everything my father wasn't: kind, responsible, and honest. And I'm truly happy. As for my so-called father, I think it's time I erased him from my memory for good. Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.